would not have been able to have physical custody of my son if we hadn't had a stable place that we could go.
I aged out of foster care when I was 18. They had foster kids coming in that I wasn't getting along with.
It was very difficult, you know, finding safe places for us to sleep, finding places for us to bathe.
In October of 1990, I found myself addicted and pregnant with my child and in need of a tremendous amount of help. October 14th of 1990, at UNC Hospitals, I gave birth to my son. Within a week, social services was involved in wanting to come and take custody of him. We actually were able to go to Genesis Home, which thank goodness was there. I would not have been able to have physical custody of my son if we hadn't had a stable place that we could go.
My name is Selma, and I lived here at Genesis Home for 18 months. Me and my grandson, Praises. When we came here, I was living in my Jeep, so I had to find certain places for us to go to just bathe, let alone safe places for us to just sleep. It became unbearable. I got tired and frustrated. And I said some things to God that I shouldn't have said, but I said them nevertheless. And the next day, Genesis Home called me, and my prayers were answered.
My name is Neva. I'm 21. I've been in the foster care system since I was 12 years old. I aged out when I was 18. I was still staying with my foster parents at the time, but they had foster kids coming in that I wasn't getting along with. I went and talked to my social worker to find me an independent living skill program, and that's when I found Genesis Home.
In the early days, there was only that one house, not the huge palatial spread that's there now. You know, I was a new parent, I was new in recovery, and I really needed the stability, and Genesis Home provided it.
When I applied for Genesis Home, I really didn't know what it was about. I thought that it was just a homeless shelter. But over a period of time, I began to see it's about caring and loving and sharing.
I remember that we had good sportsmanship, great people, no bad people. I felt like this was like the greatest home you could ever live in. The tutor helped me with my grades. Like, I started from D's and F's to A's and B's.
I actually became the mother of the house. I began to really just talk with other women in the house, and they would come to me with their problems and their issues.
There is time for somebody to actually learn the skills to transition into being able to take care of their own house, to be responsible for cleaning and cooking and taking care of the kids, and to find out that that is important and that is of value to their growth as a person. Debbie, that's what her name was. Debbie showed me how to, feed, clothe, burp, take the temperature of my newborn.
I really don't know how my life would be if I didn't come to the Genesis Home. That's really something that I wouldn't even think about, because I'd probably be homeless if I didn't come to Genesis Home, but I don't even want to think about that, because I'm just thankful that Genesis Home was here to help me.
I don't need it now, but it still was my first home, if that makes sense. At the beginning of my new life, that was my first home. My life would be so different if Genesis Home hadn't been there. I don't know when I would have gotten custody of my child. No, it wasn't going to happen. Having him was completely motivating, and Genesis Home was the only place I could have him. Had that not been there, I don't even want to think about it. I didn't have any skills to be able to go into a workplace at that time and hold down a job. I hadn't learned enough discipline, healthy discipline, to be able to do that.
Genesis Home is an important program because it gets kids off the streets and it helps families that don't have anywhere to go. It gives them a place that they can call home just for a couple months or a year. But right now I go to Durham Tech. I want to major in social worker because I've been in the system, so I'll be a good social worker. I want to help youth because there are a lot of youth out here that need help, and so I want to help them and give back to the community as much as they give to me when I needed the help.
Dance was where my heart had always been. I'd always, except during active addiction, I'd always danced. And this studio opened October 10th of 2005. This is where I need to be. This feels good, and I'm trying to give back because I try to scholarship kids where I can. I really want to bring other children in because being able to dance, being able to teach dance is a lifesaver for me.
Genesis Home has offered me a lot, but you have to be able to want it and you have to strive for that.
Suspend disbelief, because it really does happen. And homelessness is not just a product of addiction.
Today, now that I work here at Genesis Home, I work as a program associate and I also work part-time in maintenance. This gives me an opportunity to give back what Genesis Home has given me.
I guess one of the things that Genesis Home gave me was some faith in myself and some belief that things could actually fall in place.
I'm just thankful right now for what Genesis Home has done for me.
I'm also proud that I had somewhere to help me to make it out safely than winding up, somewhere on the streets. So.
Thank God we have a Genesis Home in town, and if you have it to give, give. Find out what it is that's needed and see what it is that you can do to help.